So we're going to take it a little bit easier today. I did something to my back, so I've got a little bit of tenderness. Can't movement's a little bit restricted, so we're going to go. Let's call it not totally gentle, but more gentle class than usual. And I'm hoping you've got blocks and straps handy. We're going to start off on our backs in supported bridge, and if you don't have a block, you can just come into Shavasana with the feet on the ground and the knees bent. If you do have a block, and I'm sure most of you do, and I'm always saying if you don't have one, get one. We're going to be on our in bridge with the block at half height. So come onto your back, walk the feet in, and sometimes I come onto my toes, but you want to lift those hips up and just slide the block underneath the sacrum. Keeping the gaze towards the ceiling, that keeps the neck safe. And then just bring the arms either side of you. They're not out too far, maybe 20 degrees or so. Palms facing up, eyes closed. Maybe walk the shoulders in slightly, keeping the chin tucked. Try to get a little bit of space underneath the neck. There should be a bit of a gap there, so there's no pressure on the neck. And just start relaxing here. Just try and totally let go. If you feel any tightness anywhere, and for me it's the lower back, try not to tense up in those areas. Start bringing more focus to the breath. Start taking longer, deeper breaths. Expanding those ribs, filling the lungs on the inhale. Exhale just as long as the inhale. Breathing in and out through the nose. So restorative bridge, you're totally relaxing here. It's not like you're needing to do anything except focusing on the breath. It should be extremely comfortable if the block's in the right spot. Now interlace the hands, the fingers, and extend the arms up towards the ceiling, stretching out the arms and the hands. And then start bringing the arms over the head. See how that feels. Bring the arms back down by your side. Walk the feet in closer, come onto your toes, lift up the hips, put the block to one side. Pull the knees in close and just rock a little bit. Hands onto the knees and make circles with the hands and knees, circling in one direction, giving the back a little bit of a massage. And then circle in the other direction. And then bring one foot onto the ground, bring the other leg up to the ceiling, holding onto the back of the leg. Focus on the foot, point and flex the foot. Do that a few times. and then circle in one direction. Other direction. Point and flex. Switch, taking hold of the back of the other leg. Point and flex the foot. Circle, one direction. Circle in the other direction. Bring both knees in closer. There's a gap between the knees. We take the hands either side of the legs, isometric work here, and we're trying to squeeze those legs together. Use as much arm strength as you can. Breathe, don't hold the breath. We make fists, bringing the fists inside the legs, inside the thighs, close to the knee, but not into the knee joint. And this time we try to separate the legs. A lot of arm work. We take hold of the back of the legs. This time we're trying to pull them in closer, but this is not going to happen. And then finally, we try and push the legs away with the palms of the hands, front of the thighs, just below the knees again. Now this time you're working the core a lot. You feel that core working, arms working a lot. You're breathing. And release. Bring both feet down to the ground. Keep the left foot on the ground. As you bring the outer right ankle onto that left leg, you're flexing the foot, and we're starting to push the leg away. Now this time the leg is not resisting. We're trying to get an opening of the hip. So we're just letting that hip open. Keeping the left foot on the ground. And then we switch. Right foot on the ground. Left foot active. Starting to push that leg away. Getting an opening of that hip. Okay, both feet on the ground. Feet a little bit wider than hips. Arms either side of you, windshield wipe. Now for those that joined a little bit late, it's going to be a little easier class today. I did something to my back yesterday, so I don't know what I did, but I'm a little bit tender there, so I'm going to take it easy with you guys. Well, easier. We'll see how it goes. And I don't want to do anything that aggravates my back. This is a nice one, I think, for the back, because you're getting more mobility in the spine. It's a gentle movement from side to side, and you're stretching out both sides of the back, the lower back muscles. You're giving the spine a little bit of a workout. Trying to get a little bit more mobility there, so if there's any tightness in the joints, it helps to ease that tightness. And similarly, this one with the legs raised, 90 degrees between the legs and the torso. Let's try this. This time I take the hands out a little bit wider, and we're just taking the legs from side to side again. You don't have to take them too far. Just stay within your comfort zone. I can't go quite as far as usual. And then we bring the feet down, we roll over to one side, and we come back up and into a seated position. So I'm going to do a little bit of hand work. So if you do a lot of computer work, this is good for the hands. So we're going to start off by bringing the thumb into the palm, clasping the thumb, and it's this kind of action. You don't have to keep the arms raised. You can rest the inside of the wrist on the knees, but I'm raising them just so you can see what I'm doing. Is we're just turning the knuckles down and up. That's all we're doing. I've got my thumb clasped in the palm and I'm making fists with the hands. So we're just going to do that a few times. And I find this a really nice one for the wrists. So if you have any wrist issues, maybe this would help. Then, little finger side down, and you're turning the knuckles towards the ground. And this is going to stretch out the thumb side of the hands. The inner wrist. Back of the hands together. Interlace the hands, and we just switch. So we're getting opposite stretches in the wrists. And the next one, we bring the palms together, and then we make a sphere, the shape of a sphere with the hands. So the fingertips are in contact with each other, and we're just going to push the hands into each other. Isometric work, good way to strengthen the hands, the wrists, the arms. You're going to feel it in the arms. And then we just relax, keep contact, but just let go of the pressure. And then increase again. And then just let go. One more time, pressure. And then let go. Hands down, work the shoulders a little bit, loosen up. Become still, get tall, neutral spine, right ear to the right shoulder. So we're going to go from side to side with the breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then just repeat a few times. And then just hold it over to one side, stretching out the side of the neck. We keep that side stretch, but we start to bring the head more forward. You also get a little bit of a shoulder stretch on this one. And then you bring the head backward. Head back to neutral and over to the other side. And then we bring in the head more forward. More backward. Back to neutral. And then we're going to turn the head from side to side. Again with the breath. And this is a good one. Just letting the movement follow the eyes, and then keep the head turned. Don't hold the breath. Get tall. Look behind you. Breathe. Inhale to center, exhale in the other direction. Hold. Back to center, chin to chest, back. Holding onto the back of the head, encouraging the chin closer. Head up. Open the throat. Back to center. Lift up the right arm, shoulder back. Pull that arm in towards you. Find that stretch, easy stretch. Exhale, coming in a little closer. Add the twist. switch, other arm up, shoulder retracted back, pulling that arm in towards you. Feel those muscles letting go. Add the twist. Back to center. Arms extended to the side. Lines of energy through the arms, keeping the hands nicely lined up with the arms. Bringing the right arm under the left arm, eagle arms. So we're going to start off by trying to lower the arms and hold it here. Hands can be fingers of one palm, one hand can be into the palm of the other hand, or you can have the outer hands facing each other. And then we're going to lift the arms up and hold this. Feeling a stretch across the upper back on this one. We release, extend the arms to the side, bringing the left arm under the right arm, lower, trying to touch the nose even, and then bring the arms up and release. Come onto your hands and knees. Cat-cow a few times. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale as you round the back and tuck the chin. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling cat. You're moving with the breath. Hold cow pose, belly down, head up. Grabbing the mat, pulling the hands towards the knees. They're not moving, but you're trying to pull them in closer. Engaging that core. Back into neutral. Make a fist with the left hand, bringing the right arm up. Trying to get the hand a little bit higher than shoulders, and we start to lunge a little bit more forward. It's going to make you work a little bit harder. If you want, opposite leg comes up. Don't take it too high. Try to keep the hips even to the ground. We're still lunging forward. And then we switch. Start off with just the arm up. Making a fist with the lower hand. We start to move the whole body a little bit more forward. Keeping that extended arm raised. Maybe add the opposite leg. Hold for a few breaths. And then we come into child's pose and relax. We walk the arms over to one side, getting a little bit more of a back stretch on one side. We walk over to the other side. We recenter and we slide the hands forward. So we're going to go into puppy dog. So we're bringing the hips over the knees. We really solidly push the hands into the ground and we're bringing the forehead towards the ground. Arms are working a lot. But remember, in this one we're keeping the hips directly over the knees in puppy dog. Full down dog. We slide the hands in closer. Make sure the space between the fingers. Lift the knees up and back, trying to get the back neutral. Looking at the feet, you're trying to get the feet more parallel. Broadening across the upper back, pulling the elbows down. Back is neutral. If you can keep the back neutral, then you can start bringing the heels closer. Eventually the heels are going to go to the ground. But keep the back neutral first. If your back is rounded, bend the knees. You're breathing. Really work on this one. Getting into a deeper down dog on the exhale. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, relaxing the head. Bend the knees. Round the back. Inhale as you come up. And then into mountain. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweeping those arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. We bring the knees down, elbows in, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We bring the feet a little bit closer and we start walking the dog, bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Take your time here. Getting a good calf stretch as you straighten the leg. Inhale as you bring the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We come into warrior one. We're going to hold warrior one. We're going to add a little bit of a backward bend. Stay in warrior one. Swivel on the heels. So we're in warrior one on the other side. Come into warrior two. Maybe take the feet a little bit wider. Keep that knee over the ankle. If you start to go lower, you've got to widen the feet. Look towards the side. Add eagle arms. So you're bringing that back hand. For me, it's the right arm under the left. Eagle arms again. As we're in warrior two. We come back into warrior two. And we'll do a reverse warrior. And we're going to transition to Trikonasana. We come back into warrior two. We straighten that front leg. You reach. And you bring that left hand down, right arm up. Trikonasana. So try not to lift up those side ribs. Trying to keep them nice and even with the lower ribs. You can bring the top hip slightly forward if you want. Lift up the instep, breathe. Take that top arm behind the back, reaching for the inside of the thigh, and just hang out here. We come back up into warrior two. We swivel on the heels. And we're in warrior two in the other direction. We look towards the side. And we bring the back arm under the front. Eagle arms. Take a few breaths. And we're back in warrior two. We straighten the front leg. Both legs are straight. You reach, you've got that hinge at the top of the femur there. So we're hinging there. We reach, bring the hand down, upper arm comes up, and we hang out here. Lift up the insteps. And then we take that top arm behind the back, reaching for the inside of the thigh. And we take a few breaths here. We come back up into warrior two. We face the side of the mat and we start taking the feet a little bit wider And you can have a block in front of you if you want. Some of you might need the block. So I'm keeping the outer edges of my feet parallel. I'm hinging forward at the hips. And I'm bringing my hands underneath the shoulders. So the outer edge of the feet are parallel, as I say. The arms are parallel to the legs. The back is neutral. You're trying to get the torso parallel to the ground. We then straighten one leg as we bend the opposite knee. We're going to go from side to side with the breath. Inhale up, exhale over to the other side. We're trying to stretch out the inside of the legs here. And then we hold one leg straight, one knee bent. Now the straight leg, if you focus on the foot of that straight leg, you want to really push the outer edge of the foot into the mat. Try not to come onto the inside of the foot. So you're going to feel a stretch on the outside of the ankle and the foot. Up, over to the other side and hold that, pushing the foot into the ground, especially the outer edge. And then we come back up, and then we're going to add a twist. Let's try this. And as I say, your hand can be on a block if you want. So we center the arm, the hand. We're trying to stack the shoulders with that bottom arm. Top arm is nicely lined up with the back, and we open up, adding a twist. Breathe. We bring that top hand down and we take the twist in the other direction. Now I start opening up the chest first. I slowly bring the other arm up, so I'm not yanking it, I'm not putting pressure on the shoulder, and then into that twist. We bring the hand down and then we start walking the feet together, heel, toe, heel, toe. We make sure the knees are bent, the back is rounded as we slowly roll up. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. Exhale, coming into mountain. So let's come into tree, and then maybe we'll do full eagle pose. So we'll start, I'm doing the mirror image. You're going to start off on the right foot. Left foot is inside that standing leg. It's either below the knee or above the knee, wherever's good for you. You're gazing at something, not moving. I usually start off with the palms together, opening the chest, get my balance, and whenever you're ready, arms can come up. If you have any shoulder concerns, you can just stay in Namaste. You're going to feel that leg, that standing leg working. Balance is sometimes a challenge, just do what you can. You're reaching up, you're pulling the shoulders down. You're breathing, not holding the breath. And we come down, we shake everything out. Loosen up, move the shoulders, get floppy, and then on the other side, you're on the other foot, tree, and skin on skin is good. You've got lots of friction there, the foot doesn't start to slide down on, if you've got like slippy material, sometimes the foot slides down on that, so makes it more of a challenge. Get length. I always get length before I bring the arms up. I try and soften the shoulders, engage the leg muscles, then the arms come up, shoulders down slightly, and breathe. This side's a little bit easier for me today. I like to hold tree a long time. Feel it until you feel that leg working. So you're not only opening up the hips, you're getting that strength building up. So before we do eagle, let's do standing pigeon. So have a block handy in front of you. You're on the right foot, but this time the knee is bent and the other leg is on top. And this top foot is flexed, not pointed, it's flexed. That keeps the knee happy. And you're just going to rest the hands on that top leg. And this is going to open the outside of the hip. Now, if the more you bend the knee, the more you're going to feel the stretch in the hip. The block is there if you want to go a little bit lower. You get a little bit more stretch, and the block is there just to help you keep the balance. You can use the block, you can lower the block, different heights. You can even bring the fingertips to the ground. And you can get quite a hip stretch on this one. And then we slowly come up and we switch to the other side. Take your time. Bringing the outer of the ankle onto that standing leg. Standing leg, knees bent a lot. We start off with the hands on the top leg. So like all poses, all stretches, I'll go in easy. Start off on the easy version, then get gradually deeper. Bringing your hands onto the tall block, half block, low block, to the floor, whatever. Just hang out here. And then we come back up. That felt good. Good hip stretches. Extend the arms to the side. Bring the right arm under the left arm. Eagle arms. Bend the knees. Full eagle. Garudasana. So if your right arm is under the left arm, you bring the right leg up and you squeeze those legs together. And you try and hook the foot. And we release. We shake out again. Floppy. Move the shoulders. We extend the arms. You bring the left arm under the right arm. Should have pretty open shoulders today. Into chair. We bring the left leg on top of the right leg, maybe hook the foot, and hang out in eagle pose, Garudasana. So I like to bend the knee a little bit more, get a little deeper stretch, and then lean back slightly, and release. Shake everything out, and then we're going to do a few lunges. Work on the quads and the hamstring and a bit of a twist. So come back to the front of the mat, bend the knees, inhale into chair, exhale as you fold forward and down, inhale halfway up, exhale we plant the hands, we walk into plank, knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, exhale we sweep that foot through, we're going into a low lunge. You're bringing that top foot between the hands, back knee is on the ground. If there's a lot of pressure on the back knee, you can fold the mat, add a little bit more cushioning. You're gluing that front foot to the mat, you're pulling it towards the back knee, and then if you want a little bit extra stretch, You bring the arms up and take a little bit more of a backward bend, looking up. Breathe. We come into the twist. You're bringing the arm outside the leg and you're bringing the palms together. And if you want a little bit more challenge, you tuck the toes of the back foot, you bring the back knee up, coming into crescent twist. We lower the knee, we bring the hands either side the front foot, and you're going to walk that foot a couple of inches further forward, and then on the exhalation we extend the leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We hold the extension. We walk the hands a little bit closer. And we get into more of a hamstring stretch. If you can't get your fingertips to the ground, maybe you have hands on a block. You can bend the knee if you need to, but I like to keep the leg straight. I get more stretch that way. We bend the knee, and then we bring the hands, you can have a block handy, you can bring the forearms rather, onto the block, or you could stay on the fingertips, or if you're flexible enough, you could bring the forearms onto the ground. We come back up, switch, plank, knees, chin, chest to ground, inhaling into cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, exhale we sweep that foot between the hands and we take the back knee down to the ground. We're in a low lunge on the other side. Trying to pull that front foot towards the back knee. Then we bring the arms up and we add a backward bend. We bring the hands down and we add the twist. Trying to get the upper arm slightly outside that front leg, and then we bring the palms together, elbow up towards the ceiling. And crescent twist if you want, back knee comes up. We lower the knee, we bring the hands either side of the front foot. We walk the foot forward and into two. Exhale, we extend the leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and hold. Maybe walk the hands in a little closer. You can have the hands on blocks if you want. You can bend the knee if you need to, if you have to. But if you can straighten the leg, you're going to get more stretch on this one. Bend the knee and bring the forearms onto a block or onto the ground. Just hang out here. Come up, come into plank, knees down, chin chest forward and down, inhaling into cobra, hold cobra, Shoulders down, don't let the shoulders hunch up. Hips are on the ground, elbows are bent in Cobra. Working that core, looking up, tuck the toes, engage the core, coming back into downward facing dog and hold downward facing dog. And then we bring the knees down. And we're going to go back into child's pose. Totally relax. Stay in child's pose. Start coming up, sitting on the heels. Take the hands behind you. Fingers in line with the toes. Open the chest, chin tucked. Head back carefully if the neck is good. Lift up the hips and breathe. Feel that chest opening. Engaging the glutes. Working those arms. Breathe. Slowly come down, back into child's pose. Come back up, lean over to one side. Find a strap. Hopefully you guys have got a strap. If you don't have a strap, improvise. You can just hold onto the back of the leg if you need to. Put the strap onto the ball of the right foot. Wrap the strap around the right hand. Get a stretch at the back of the leg. Start off easy, gradually go deeper with the breath. You're trying to straighten the leg. A lot of arm strength. As you're pulling down, you're pushing that foot into that strap. We make sure the other lower leg is extended on the ground, and we keep that hip grounded as we take the top leg over to the side. We start turning the toes down, heel up. Toes down, heel up. We bring the leg back up and we hold onto the strap with the other hand, wrapping the strap around the hand. And we take the leg over the other side, adding a twist. As the leg goes in one direction, opposite arm is extended, looking over that shoulder. Trying to keep both shoulders grounded. We bring the leg back up and we switch. Strap onto the other foot. We're wrapping the strap around the hand. So if your left foot is up, you're wrapping it around the left hand. And we get a good stretch. So I'm really trying to pull that leg down. Another thing you can try doing is actually trying to lift the lower back off the ground. Not the tailbone. The tailbone is pushed into the ground, but the lower back is slightly up. We keep a good grip of that strap, and then we extend the lower, make sure the lower leg's extended, and then we take the top leg over to the side, toes down, heel up. We bring the leg back up. We hold onto the strap with the other hand. And we add the twist, taking the leg over to the side as you extend the opposite arm. As you extend the arm, you're pulling the shoulder blade down the back, trying to keep that shoulder grounded. Palm is facing up, getting that twist. And then we bring the leg back up. And we put the strap to one side. We pull both knees in and we do a little bit of rocking. We then come into happy baby, taking hold of the feet. Again, you're trying to keep the tailbone low, if you can. We then take hold of the big toes with the palms facing each other. First two fingers and the thumb around the big toe. And we try and extend the legs into a V position. You're pulling the shoulders down, away from the ears. Just like before, tailbone down, trying to get that little gap underneath the lower back. Eventually the legs are going to be straight, but if you're not there, no worries. You can bend the knees if you need to. But eventually, legs straight, getting a V position with the legs. We then take hold of the back of the legs and we tuck the chin and we rock ourselves up into boat. I'm going to take it easy getting into boat. And you can keep hold of the back of the legs, or you can bring the arms either side of the legs. Try and keep the knees, toes pointed up. Try and keep the back nice and neutral. And you breathe. And then we lower all the way to the ground. And we take a full body stretch, bringing the arms over the head, getting length. Then we add a bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. And then we stretch out the other side of the body. And then we recenter. Walk the feet in. Take the feet apart. And just like we did at the beginning of the class, beginning of the session, windshield wipers, taking the knees over from side to side. We're moving with the breath, inhaling as the knees come up, exhaling as they go down. We come into Supta Baddha Kanasana. You're bringing the soles of the feet together. Get length in the back of the neck. Hands can be on the ground, on the belly, or resting on the thighs. If they're on the thighs, you're just gently encouraging the knees close to the ground. If this is not comfortable, you could put blocks underneath the legs. If it's not comfortable and you don't have anything to put under the legs, come out of the pose, come into Shavasana. Imagine yourself breathing into those hips, letting that tension melt. letting those hips open, letting the knees get closer to the ground. Come into Shavasana. Extend the legs. Bring the arms either side of you, palms up, eyes closed, and relax. Maybe moisten the lips. Release all the tension. Just sink into the ground here. Keeping focus on the breath. Stretch out the hands. Stretch out the feet. Trying to get as much space between the toes as you can, and as much space between the fingers as you can. Relax the hands and the feet. Stretch out again, hands and feet. And relax. One more time, stretching out the hands and feet. And relax. On each hand, bring the thumb into contact with the index finger. Then the middle finger, ring finger, little finger, and then work your way back to the index finger. Keep doing that, go as fast as you can, touching each finger in turn with the thumb. Relax the hands. Walk the feet in towards you. Roll over to the side. Keep the eyes closed and just hang out here 4 or 5 breaths. Come up into a seated position. Resting the hands, the back of the hands on the knees. Creating a circle with the thumb and the index finger again. Keeping the eyes closed. Get tall. Start to take longer, deeper breaths. Try and keep your attention on the breath. If you find you're being distracted, you're thinking about other things, maybe add a count. Count of 4 on the inhale and a count of 4 on the exhale. Inhale as you bring the arms up, palms together. Exhale as you bring the arms and the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, keeping the palms together, hands to the forehead, and then Namaste.